The Starseed contract. Recently I developed something that I'd never experienced before but for many years anticipated would happen. I tried an herbal protocol last March which started off a state of chronic gastritis within my guts. For months I was in pain but managing the gastritis and its symptoms, and if you have it I recommend CBD oil, and no, it doesn't contain any THC in it. I don't get high when I use it, otherwise I'd be flying all day. For the person who asked. Also binaural beats help. Those are free on YouTube. As the months went by I used anything I could think of for pain management. Ivo finally agreed to help me because clearly this was the best I was going to do on my own. I can't see inside of myself to determine that there's any problem, although I do know my family medical history. I had gone to a doctor a few years ago with a rash that I ended up developing again in the last weeks of this gastritis problem. The doctor just gave me a prescription for an over-the-counter salve and sent me on my way. The salve didn't work, and why should it? The liver detoxifies itself through the skin. What was happening, unbeknownst to me at that time, was the rash was being caused by toxins coming out through my pores. I stumbled on the solution, however: take baths or showers. Constantly keeping my skin clean of toxins helps reduce the extreme itching and swelling that goes along with this rash. I'm doing the same thing now. And for those of you who might break out in rashes when you improve or change your diet, consider it's your liver trying to detox you. I can say for myself that I tend to have this happen now, but when I was in my 20s I could change my diet without any reaction from my liver. Why? Because it wasn't congested and there weren't gallstones or gallbladder sludge. Over 3 years ago I'd also gone to emergency insisting that I had gallstones. Had the doctor listened to me and not to her own arrogant egotism, I wouldn't be in this mess now. Because gallstones were the problem. This is typical of the type of help I find I get in hospitals and doctors' offices, so I don't tend to go. Never mind the pushing of the V they've got going makes me very wary of medical so-called healthcare. A week or so ago, Ivo agreed to help me with this gastritis. What he did was unclog my gallbladder. Well, I'm grateful, but it was like opening Pandora's box. I didn't realize it, but I had what's called liver sludge backed up in the gallbladder, which is toxic, and it was being released into my bloodstream for elimination from the body. I had strange colored urine and lost my appetite. I also have strange smelling breath. Ivo says don't worry, it'll clear up. The worst part for me is I've turned a bright shade of yellow. I have jaundice. I read pages on the internet and they say if you've got jaundice you've got a damaged liver and you need to see a doctor. Why? So they can diagnose me with hangnails this time. The medical system has done nothing to inspire my confidence. Due to their incompetence I now have a full-blown liver problem instead of one that might have been dealt with efficiently at a lesser point in its development. So I'm not in a hurry to go back for more mistreatment, to be honest. What I realized this morning as I take my baths, spoon-feed myself applesauce, continue to drink water and gaze anxiously into the toilet after I use it, is that Ivo is waiting for this bile sludge all to drain out of my body. He keeps telling me I'm going to get better, and I have been. He's right. But I don't like being yellow. I don't like being reminded my liver is screwed up and it's my fault. I find I can eat more, I'm not as tired, I don't take as many baths, and at times my urine almost looks normal, so I see that I'm improving. I wondered why he's waiting. Why doesn't he just jump in and fix my liver now? Make it perfect. The other day I was in horrendous pain and couldn't use any ibuprofen, so I did something I'm not in the habit of doing. I prayed to God and asked for help. Within minutes I could feel healing energy come my way and reduce my pain. It's been getting progressively better ever since. So what's the point of this story? Why does Ivo wait and let me suffer? Why didn't he intervene 3 years ago when I had the rash or when I went to emergency for gallstones? Why did he let it get worse? Why? Because I have to do 50% of the work. They will meet you halfway. That means in all transactions. There doesn't seem to be any exception, except perhaps if your life is in immediate danger. Then they will do a direct intervention. I find begging tends to get you leniency, like the other day. But I've done everything I can to understand the problem and have sought medical help for it on 2 occasions before. This is a problem that's been long in developing, and obviously it has to do with lifestyle and frankly the toxicity of this world. But you have to try to help yourself first, it seems. I told Ivo that this doesn't make me feel any closer to him than we're not right now. No dice. It's not that he doesn't care, that's just the agreement. I can't change the rules. We have to help ourselves first. So I'm going to give Ivo the chance to explain where he's coming from. Ivo, my love, thank you. You are a stalwart, always trying to improve. Yes, your liver will heal, and when we see how much it will do on its own we will work to help it heal even more. I'm waiting to see what it will do on its own, and you've noticed an improvement in its health. And yes, even your liver is subject to the 50% rule. Why do we have this 50% rule? Because we want to help the people of Earth learn to help themselves. Obviously your medical system is faulty and doctors do not have the inclination to treat more subtle health situations. They made you feel better for the day and you left. You could very likely have gone back again with these symptoms again in the future. You're now wary of herbal protocols because you realize it was doing Shankopedra and the more extensive protocol last March that got you into this situation. They pointed out a problem you have with your liver/gall system, and now we are able to work on it. Ascension must be carried out in your body to a certain degree in the third and fourth dimension. I am able to help you improve your health in order to complete some of the work of embodying seventh dimensional consciousness in your 4D life now. However, as you realize, you do not have a lot of time left on Earth. Your body will never be able to carry out embodiment of 12th dimensional consciousness in it as it is, so for this reason you must come to the ship and we will continue this process in 5D. Embodiment of that much energy in a body so depleted and sick will never happen, and that is why the negative factions prohibit me from landing to pick you up. They understand that Ascension will kill you in the body you have now if it remains as it is. Me, pretty serious stuff, eh? And of course, folks, the reason we're telling you this is because this is your contract as well. You're subject to the same stipulations. One piece of advice: take care of your body. Eat properly, don't stress, and get exercise. It'll help you avoid what I'm going through now. Yeah, I was wondering that too. Why did the reptilians get in the way? What did they have to gain by keeping me on Earth? I thought it was only about keeping us apart, the energies and such. I see it's bigger than that. And there you go. I asked, so I found out why. Ask and ye shall receive, as they say. And this time I was shown by experiencing this rather than just being told. Ivo, one of the 50% stipulations is that the Starseed is aware of the problem. You have researched and found worthwhile information, so it is there on your planet. Doctors are aware of liver detox symptoms in some cases. Others are not. You have asked your neighbors to feed Merlin should you have to go to the hospital for treatment. You are working on your half of the bargain, so to speak. It is the ones who do nothing to help themselves that we cannot help, and this is simply because this is about re-empowerment of the human on Earth. Only when humans are again fully empowered will your world be safe from overtake by negative alien forces, and for this reason we do not intervene in so many lives, because they are not seeking to help themselves. You are very forthright in seeking knowledge and applying it to solve your problems. This is all about re-empowerment, my love, and this is the proactive stance that all humans must adapt to now and in future. We cannot make you change your life without your permission. I have intervened at times that your life was in danger, you realize this. I am allowed to do so. Me, it was funny the other day when I was lying on the couch with the heating pad when I smelled the Archon. Ivo, yes, we dispatched it. They will always come to see how they can capitalize on a situation such as yours. Me, nice of them to think of me. LOL. Ivo, the 50% rule has to do with your re-empowerment. The reason we do not expect you to do 100% of the work in your own life situations is because you do not have all the information you need to do 100% of the work. So we expect a reasonable effort be made. And you have done that. Yes, there is a gap between us because you are not privy to what I know, but then Earth is also not capable of using that information responsibly right now, so I cannot let you have all the information. I have asked you to open your mind and retrieve as many memories as possible of your life as Tianya, and you were doing this until you became too ill. This is about embodying higher consciousness, my love. I ask you to do the work, and as you practice you become more proficient in it. Then you master more and more of your Akashic as well as your multidimensional senses. You embody more of your soul and now work at your oversoul level. If we were to fix all your problems, to do everything for you without any of your participation, how would that help the rest of humanity? It would not. By embodying information through your struggle to understand your illness and trying to understand what we are doing to help you, you anchor this information, this light, into the collective unconscious of Earth, and it remains there dormant until another has need to retrieve it. This process has been going on for a long time. The struggles and efforts of those who walked before you helped you to reach this higher level of light, and your doing so helps others in turn. That is why you must do your 50% and I will explain as much as I can about what I am doing to help you. Then you can embody this light and it will be infused into the collective unconscious. Me, yes. I get that. Ivo, as for your medical system it will change. It is already changing. It is unfortunate that you must suffer this level of bodily dysfunction now due to incompetence of the doctors you sought help from, and to your credit there were things you did to help yourself along the way such as lose 50 pounds and alter your diet. But it was already too late as you realize. You've had a congested clogged liver and gallbladder for many years and this does not only run in your family but it's very common in your part of the world as well. Me, yes. That makes sense. Ivo, so, do you still love me? Me, LOL you're funny. That will never change. Any issues I have I'll simply bring up and thank you for not being so insecure as to make a huge issue out of everything. Ivo, yes. I don't. I realize you have growth to do and you need to learn to understand me as much as I have learned to understand you as an earthling. We've both done our 50%. By the way, the gastritis pain is pretty much gone now. Gastritis can be related to liver/gallbladder function or dysfunction rather. I'm able to eat some food but still have extreme swelling in my stomach and probably elsewhere. CBD oil helps with that.